let's move on to this. The Dodgers with a, might I say, massive sweep of the Braves in Los Angeles. And you can see the ever-glowing smile on Dalton Brown's face at this very moment, wearing that luscious hat of his. He cannot wait to talk about this series. So 4-3 extra inning game. Dodgers win in the first game of the series on Friday, 11-2 on Saturday, 5-1 on Sunday. Big sweep for the Dodgers. So, Dalton, what do you make of it? Are the Dodgers this much better than the Braves at this point?
No, absolutely not. Look, it was a fun weekend, but it's May, right? And I had as much fun watching it as you think I had. It was awesome. If you can't enjoy regular season games and get excited about them, then you're not a baseball fan, right? Like, obviously, you want to get it done in October. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy the journey along the way. So, enjoyed watching it as a fan. Fun to get after that team a little bit. Good to know that it's there, right? But at the end of the day, like, Ohtani got to Fried in the first inning yesterday. Other than that, Fried was pretty damn good. Gave up a couple homers, but other than that, he was pretty damn good. I think Paxton had his best game of the season yet. If he pitches like he did in a number of the other games, it probably didn't go so well either. But look, like, the things that I'm most encouraged by right now, Gavin Stone's a dude. Like, we talked about this on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if he can do it against the Braves, like, then I'm all the way bought in. 6 innings, a 1-run ball against the Braves. Like, Gavin Stone is a guy. Like, he's good. Glass now continues to do what he does. Shohei Ohtani is, I mean, like, what can you say about the guy?
A man possessed? I don't know.
I mean, at this point, it's probably a 2-man race for MVP if the season were to end today between Betts and Ohtani, which is pretty nuts. There have been 2 sets of players all time to both have 50 hits, 30 runs, 25 RBIs, and 5 homers at the 36-game mark. Mookie Betts and Shohei Ohtani this year, and Lefty O'Doul and Chuck Klein for the Philadelphia Phillies in 1929. This is from @JCuda on Twitter. They're the only 2 pairs of players to ever do that through the first 36 games of the season. I mean, it's like what the Dodgers have been doing has been fun, but really what Ohtani has been doing and what Betts has been doing is just completely, like, absurd. Yeah. I mean, Ohtani's sitting here, he's batting .364 with 10 homers. I mean, he's on pace, for almost 60 homers. So it's been special. It's been fun. This weekend was really fun.
Yeah.
But I'll say the same thing that I would have said if the Dodgers had gotten swept. It's early May. It is what it is. You'd rather win than lose, but, like, either way, to act like this has some sort of premonition for October, it's not. It's just not.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because it doesn't look like, I mean, at especially at this very moment, that we're getting the best out of Ronald Acuna, right? He's had a very timid start.
Although he had a great series. He was one of the Braves that had a great series, and he loves hitting at Dodger Stadium. So maybe that series kind of woke him up. But yeah, I mean, look, it's like with Judge, right? Like, great players can start cold, and a lot of times it's just a buy signal.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, there's definitely some truth to that, and I agree with you. It's unfortunate, right, for us. I mean, because I feel like a lot of what we say in these shows early on in the season it's early because it is, right?
Yeah.
Once we get into the dog days of summer, I think our tune is going to change. We'll start getting a real feel for things, but that is the reality. This, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't read too much into this as far as the, oh, well, the Braves can't compete. Like, no, they can. like anybody who's really saying that, like, oh, well, the Dodgers have their number. Well, I wouldn't really say that yet. They don't. However, I do think that this might play for the Braves, right? The Braves know how good they are. And I don't care what they say as professionals, right? Because every time they're going to go play the Pirates or something like that and be like, hey, everybody's a professional, right? Like they're not looking at a Pirates series the same way that they are a Dodger series. They know that the Dodgers are the Everest that they need to eclipse, right? They don't get to play the Dodgers again until September.
Yeah.
Like nobody is going to be able to convince me that for the next 4 months until they play again, the Braves aren't going to look at that series and be like, okay, that's the target, right? Like they're going to look at that series and they're going to have to weigh on like, listen, the last time we played the Dodgers, they cooked us. And that's going to be on their mind for 4 straight months. Nobody could convince me of that otherwise.
Yeah. No, look, they're going to have that series circled in September as well. They
Certainly.
should. Any competitive entity would. Um, if I'm a Braves fan, part of me thinks that like it's not the worst thing to get your butt kicked in that series a little bit, right? I mean, the Braves are a team that like through the first several, I mean, they were 20-9 coming into that series. They were number 1 in all the power ratings. Like they had been awesome even without Strider. And
Right.
so sometimes you need a series like that to kind of, like get you woken up a little bit.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, it was a bad road trip for them overall too. They lost 2 out of 3 in Seattle to start the road trip. Their offense has kind of just been scuffling a bit. But I compare it to the Dodgers of 2 weeks ago, where it's like, yeah, look, really good teams are going to go through some doldrums. And if you're going through your doldrums while you happen to be traveling out to LA to play the Dodgers, it's not going to go well. Like, just like if the Dodgers are cold in early September when they go to Atlanta, they're going to get their ass kicked too.
Yeah.
It's baseball. But yeah, no, I don't disagree with you at all. They're going to have that series circled.
Yeah, they absolutely will. Just some short-sightedness, right? The next 5 games on the Braves schedule, how they're going to finish the week. It's a quick 2-game pit stop at home against the Red Sox, and then they go to Queens and play the Mets over the weekend for a 3-game set. You think the offense gets going then? It's tough to predict. I understand that, but what do you think? Gut feeling.
My gut feeling is always to bet on the Braves offense. So yeah, you know what I mean?
Right.
I would think so.